asked me why I hate the Kardashians so much. I've always been very vocal about my dislike for the whole Kardashian brand. And it's actually the same reason why I dislike Drake so much. Kris Jenner is very, very smart. She's a very smart lady. And the Kardashian business model is very, very smart. I will not take that from them. The entire Kardashian brand is utilizing public relations. They took the reality TV model that we saw in the early 2000s and brought it into the social media age. But the issue is this reality that they're constructing isn't reality. It's all one big PR stunt all the time. There's nothing that the Kardashians do that is not intentional. There's no appearance, there's no controversy, there's no discussion that's had around them that is not intentional and manufactured. And that's all fine and good when it stays within the confines of a reality TV show. But it's bled so much into real life that it has real life implications to how our society is forming. To varying degrees, this is the same model that all celebrities use. These are not new practices, but the Kardashians have utilized it in such a way to where they could build an entire brand, an entire public presence around just utilizing these things. That's the basis of the business. People like the Kardashians or artists like Drake are not artists, and they're not even people. They are brands. They are businesses. Nothing they do is for the sake of self-expression. Everything that they do is borrowed or stolen from people who are taking the sacrifice to express themselves and use to further their brand. So it's like having a boardroom table of people who are like, this is what's going to be hot, this is what's doing well right now, and you have one figurehead who is popular enough and has big enough resources, enough finances, and a big enough team to make those things happen, even though it's not at all an expression of who they are. It's the same thing that the creator Hailey Bailey does on this app. She takes ideas that other people thought of, that she thinks will do well, and then she does them herself, and she gets all the recognition for them. When she does it, even though she's not the person who thought of it, it reaches a larger audience because she's pretty, because she has money, because she has a larger reach. But it's not an expression of her. So we're rewarding people like Drake, Kim Kardashian, or the Hailey Bailey creator for taking ideas from the people who thought of them and who came up with them because it is an expression of themselves and their creativity. And we're rewarding people who are being vultures of it just because they have more resources or a better appearance. And these people don't give back to the community ever. These are people who are easy to click, easy to share, digestible. And I think having people like that so prevalent in our culture disintegrates the culture because the voices that are actually trying to express themselves either get their ideas stolen or they're muted by these larger voices that steal these ideas and water them down and make them digestible. They are the filtration system for art. They take art and then they turn it into commercialization, a commercialized product, and it kills art. So do I feel bad for Kylie Jenner? In a way, yes, because she was born into this family. But in another way, no, because that is the business model. I don't believe anything Kylie Jenner says or expresses. I don't believe anything Kim Kardashian says or expresses because they have never shown up into the world as their authentic selves. They have always been a tool to a much larger brand in order to exploit people.
And it's the same thing with Nara Smith. I don't care how much you like Nora Smith. It is the same thing. She takes from other people, recreates it, and then rebrands it as herself. And because she has a larger audience, she can do that. She is closer to whiteness and what is acceptable. The darker you are, the darker your path is, actually. Also add being fat as well in the conversation. Add Afro in the conversation, yeah. In comparison to a girl with a German dad and an African mother. And anyone would be impressed by that, married to, his husband, her husband, I don't know, Smith, whatever. Anyone would be drawn in by that, And it's not just Nara Smith. It is just the industry in itself. Look at Beyonce. Beyonce has built, even though she has done a lot of work for herself, but she couldn't have done it all by herself. Just a lot of people have gone into building Beyonce, the brand. And people who do that to the extreme. And I guess we get to talk about the Kardashian and the things that they're willing to do, even with people like Diddy. We'll get to that in a second or at the end of the video. The things that they're willing to even do to stay in power and whom they're willing to cut off whenever it's no longer serving them. People like Beyonce, who have managed to access that kind of wealth. And what's even sad, they are so obsessed with their public image that there are certain things that they just won't be involved in just to protect them brands. Drake also is one of those people. And it's just this thing of this image, these people trying to build, or rather persuade, or rather, yes, rather persuade us to believe that this is them on their authentic level. We can say that Beyonce is closed minded, is closed off, and she does not want people consuming anything else than the music and anything else she's trying to sell. However, there are people who just want to sell off everything. People like the Kardashian, they can sell off even their liver if they could, you know? They sell their lives. And Beyonce it has a limit, I guess, to that kind of a thing, that she might not be willing to do that, but they're not the only one. And I guess there's another thing that she is not talking about. They are capitalizing on America's whiteness as well, the Kardashians. They're capitalizing on being white American women and what they can get out of it. And at the end of the day, regardless of how many people do not want to believe that the system is built upon hierarchy and there's level to this ish, and you climbing the ladder also determines your level of success. So you have to do it whatever it takes, taking from others, you know, building yourself as quickly as possible because you're a white woman in America and you can do whatever you want, basically. So they're capitalizing on being a white bunch of women on American soil and not necessarily going to be held accountable by their actions. The media might hold them accountable, but generally no, because they're connected to a lot of things. The Kardashian brand, regardless of how the mother pimps them out to the kids, she has also pimped herself out. She's built the Kardashian brand from the ground, and she always wanted wealth, the mother. And like she said, we cannot take away the fact that Chris is smart, okay? We cannot take away from that she's smart, even allowing her kids to be mixed with people like Diddy to get ahead, to cut off even Diddy whenever it's no longer serving them, you know? It is the industry in itself, and it's how the industry has worked for many years, and it will continue to be that. After the Kardashians, there's just going to be somebody else, probably their kids. They're molding them into this lifestyle, you know? And then they had, and look at the black men that they married. They married them for a trend. And then when they realized that actually we brought all these black babies, because that's exactly how white people see them, even though they're not black babies, they're the children, interracial kids, you know, monoracial kids. They will be seen as black kids in white eyes, you know, and they're trying to rebuild their image in the white society, hence removing the big butts and going back to the standards of being white, associating themselves with white society, reintegrate, because they are white women and they can capitalize on that, being white women. And that's something that she did not add that I wanted to add there.
Okay, y'all, I got some tea. I ain't never been this nosy and did this much digging. But let me tell y'all why Kim Kardashian basically stopped following Diddy. Oh, this is so good. Let me say this, y'all. This judgment that is happening to Hollywood, it is getting ready to take down every superstar that ever was, from past to now. We will begin, and this is a prophetic word, we will begin to see people having terminal illnesses, being sick, being passed away, and will start to have legal trouble. Let me dive into this. So y'all know how it just was released that Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble had something to do with Diddy recently. If you go look, Corey Gamble had some dealings with Diddy. I'm not going to go into his story. This ain't about Corey. Sorry, Corey. You for another day. So apparently there is allegedly a secret video footage that has released of Kris Jenner and Diddy's house. I don't know too much about that. That's all I know, some secret video. Okay, let's get past that. Judgment is here, y'all. 24 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. And this Lou Taylor woman is also on the board of Hillsong's church home. Follow me, go with me. They is doing all of this, child, in the name of the Lord. Just follow the story. Now, to cover myself, everything in this video is a legend, honey. This is what I digged up, and I don't know how much truth is to it, but there's reportings, okay? So everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Keep that in mind. So, Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay? Not only that, Kim Kardashian mama has been making these girls pay 10% tithes to some church that Lou Taylor and her husband is basically owner, co-owner, or whatever. So I was like, let me look into this Lou Taylor person. I'm thinking Lou Taylor was a guy who was a woman with a husband, a whole husband, and they doing ministry and everything. Now, mind you, y'all remember the whole thing with Britney Spears? So come to find out, Lou Taylor, this gets deep, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so Lou Taylor is the CEO of TriStar Sports and Entertainment. She's like a business manager icon. Now, Mike, do y'all know the Lohans? What's the Lindsay Lohan? So she apparently, allegedly, she has been behind most of these stars' conservatorship situations, especially Britney Spears. So before we talk about Britney, Mike Lohan, which is the Lohan girl, Lindsay Lohan's daddy, accused Lou Taylor and the mama Dina Lohan for trying to put Lindsay Lohan in a conservatorship concerning her money. Also, allegedly, there's a lawsuit from 2021 with Astroworld tragedy, and she's being sued for employment discrimination. This is what this Lou lady is. Now, Lou Associates maintain intense control also over Britney Spears' life and money. And she was behind even the conservatorship of why Britney Spears had that conservatorship, because she ended up becoming the business manager and took over the financial pieces of Britney Spears' whole situationship. So in 2010, the Britney Spears Foundation launched in 2001, I'm sorry. And it was closed out with part of the remaining funds being donated to a Christian residential program that Lou and her husband Rob worked with. So between the Lohans, Britney Spears, that she was this masterful manager who has been managing all of these high-end stars. But not only that, trying to run this conservatorship with these artists, which to me is demonic work. Demonic work from the enemy. But let me say this, because see, y'all celebrities, y'all ain't no prayer book either. We ain't finna blame it all on Lou. You decided to do what you did too. You signed a contract. So the Kardashians is linked to this lady because, mind you, there was no public connections until 2019 with the Kardashian family. Then all of a sudden, they was named in filings in the KKW Beauty fragrance for Kim Kardashian. Also Kylie Cosmetics and Kendall Jenner Inc. This was all linked to TriStar, okay? And it also continues to today. Now, in February 2024, this TriStar lady, I can't think of her name. Y'all know I just said her name. She helped Kim secure $70.4 million mansion. Not only that, she also helped secure a $48.7 million loan through a trust associated with TriStar, the company that this lady had. Child, this is getting deep. I'm sorry, Kim Boo Boo. So, baby, while y'all looking at pictures of who at the party, And that is why the mama make them tithe, not y'all tithing, not y'all even tithing the 10% back to the church that her and the husband own, talking about some pay a tithe now. Are y'all crazy? Baby, they is doing this on the holy soil of child in the name of the 10% of the name of the, that is foolishness, okay? Okay, I'm not gonna drag nobody today. Amen. I'm not gonna drag y'all now. It's grace for everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. God knows what he's doing. What we are getting ready to see in the upcoming weeks and months. Good night, Hollywood. Turn the lights out. Good night. I'm gonna let all that information sit right there. What y'all think? Baby, so that's why they're after Diddy, honey. And the tapes, honey. Child is, oh, Lord, I'm done. I am so drained by this. Y'all let me know what y'all think.